No.
We'll go live though.
We'll make a viral.
Yes, we will. And we'll try not to go down that path.
So
No way.
we
Not
are
hurt yourself.
we are live here.
Okay.
So if you want to start there, and we're gonna go live.
You want to do anything?
Nope. I just need you to go be you.
Okay. Well,
Oh, but I started.
you started out.
Yeah, you gotta get up there first.
And I'm gonna come around the corner over here. We getting ready. It's showtime. And can you get to the office?
Okay. All right. Whenever y'all ready. Okay.
So Kimmy, come here,
Yes.
because this TikTok is taking me through the countdown. So
Okay.
it should in 23 seconds hit that done button, and it should come live. All right. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Come on. It's Saturday. You are looking good, looking great. Hopefully, by the time you hear our presentation, you're going to feel great in a completely different way. Welcome to our offices here in Fort Lauderdale, the Feel Great office. That's what we love to call it, because everybody who comes through those doors has an opportunity to leave out of those doors feeling better than when they came in. Anyone want to feel better going out than when they came in? All right, let me hear those. My name is Terrence Leftridge, and I am so happy to be here with some of my friends, some of my colleagues, that we are spreading the message of being better. We're spreading the message of being greater. We're spreading the message of how you can feel great as you move forward from today. So we welcome you to our Health Expo here in Fort Lauderdale. We do this monthly here at this Fort Lauderdale office. So if you know anyone who's looking to feel great, lose weight, and improve their health in 2025, then tell them to come on and visit us here each and every month. We are not going to keep you long, but we're going to give you some strong, powerful information to help you do better. And when I say do better, what do I mean? Do better. Do better in your health. Would you all agree that health is wealth?
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot of wealthy people that are unhealthy right now, and we want to reverse that. There's a lot of people that are out there trying to get healthy and doing it the wrong way. There are a lot of people out there trying to get healthy and it's being inconsistent. There's a lot of people that are spending money on subscriptions and memberships that aren't helping them feel great, look great, and really getting to the heart of their health issues. So if you stick and stay today, we're going to give you some information that's going to help you find a way to feel great the right way. Feel great in a way that is easy, super simple. Feel great in a way that's going to give you some information about your health that maybe you just didn't even know about. And we're going to help you cancel the subscription to this club that you may not even know you were a part of. But 93% of Americans today are a part of that club. We're going to give you that information so you can cancel that subscription, cancel that membership, and do it the nice, easy, healthy way. Anybody interested in getting that information? I see one hand. Okay, I see four hands. I see, all right, then everybody is interested. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my business partner. Now, this woman is a go-getter. She is a change maker, and she's an action taker. She's been helping me take my business to the next level, and she's also been helping me, encouraging me, and motivating me that if she can do it, then I can do it too. She's affectionately known as Coach Kimmy. So let's welcome to the stage, Kimberly.
Thank you. Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's a brand new day, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in this day.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you joined us, and thank you, Coach T. You're not going to hesitate at all. We're going to thank you for coming. We're going to jump right in, and we're going to give you a great educational as well as stimulating, satisfying time for yourself. Okay, here we go. This is the Feel Great. Simple actions with incredible results. Now, these plagues of prosperity have one thing in common, and we see several areas here of disease. Type 2 diabetes. Anyone experience that or know anyone that experienced? Can you raise me with a 1? Anyone that's on our social media, put a 1. Okay. Stroke. You've experienced that? Anyone experienced stroke? Family members, close friends, heart disease. You're gonna raise that finger if we experienced that, even on the X medications. Obesity, migraine headaches. Anybody experience it? I just want to acknowledge it. Dementia and Alzheimer's, which is a type 3 diabetes. Okay. Osteoarthritis. Okay. Raise that finger, let us acknowledge it. Childhood obesity. You may have a grandfather, niece, nephew. You might have been obese when you were coming up. PCOS. That's polycystic ovarian syndrome, where you're just infertile. Fatty liver. Now, in this day and age, 4-year-olds are being diagnosed with fatty liver. Arthritis. Anything with that ITIS at the end means you're on fire. That's inflammation. Alzheimer's disease. That's the type 3 diabetes. Okay, that's the type 3. And for men, they may suffer with erectile dysfunction. These are all signs, I'm going to tell you what they are. Sarcopenia with the bones and that high blood pressure. Anybody with that high blood pressure, hypertension, we know somebody we've experienced. Well, today we're going to show you a simple solution. Let's go to the next one. Now, when you look at this picture, you think about, what do you think of when you see insulin?
Diabetes.
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 And do you think everybody needs to have this?
No.
Okay. But did you know that insulin is a hormone that all of us have in our body?
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good. Now, these are symptoms of insulin resistance. And that's what we're going to teach you and share with you about. Insulin resistance causes all of these symptoms that we named just prior in that slide. And a few of them that we didn't mention. And I know, sister, skin tags. Notice any skin tags on your neck, your arms, maybe your groin area, skin tags. That's a sign of insulin resistance. And many people go to the doctors to have them removed, but they can be removed naturally. Okay? You're constantly hungry. Unable to lose the weight. Cravings for sugar, salty. Anyone? Brain fog. That's the good one. You get up and you say, what did I get up for? Experience any of that? Okay, good. Anxiety or depression. Tired, especially after your meals. And this is a good one. Upper abdominal obesity. Just can't get rid of that fat, and there's 2 different types of fat. We can see that down, and we'll talk a little bit maybe about that. But that visceral fat, which let me share that with you right now. There's visceral fat, and there's also, that's the fat that lines the organs. That's the harmful fat. And the subcutaneous fat, that's the fat that you can pinch. You can jiggle it, okay? That's the sub-Q fat. Now, we see insulin resistance. All of those are signs. So if you recognize yourself in any of those, there's a simple and a better way to help you be healthy, okay? Insulin resistance. Now, this is just a snapshot of diabetes. There are 30.3 million people have diabetes. That's about 1 out of every 10 people. And 1 out of every 4 don't know they have diabetes. So the doctor might say you have what? Pre-diabetes. That means you almost there, but you're not there? Okay. That's like he had me in that category, which I'm working my way out of that because I don't want to go to that next level of saying diabetic, which could lead as part of to a prescription or to an injection of insulin. Okay. And did you know that type 2 diabetes is reversible? Yeah. You don't have to continue with diabetes. Now, what causes the insulin resistance? too much insulin in the bloodstream. Okay, too much. And what causes too much insulin? What is it? The things we eat and we drink. So food really is our fuel. Just like if we wouldn't put sugar into our Bentley, would we? No. And if we put that sugar into that Bentley, what's going to happen to it? The same thing. We are Bentleys. And if we're putting in the wrong foods, then if we're putting in foods that aren't healthy, then we're going to feel unhealthy. And we're going to experience all of those insulin resistant symptoms that we just went through. Okay. Now, where does high insulin come from? And you see on this chart, we have the carbs here in the purple area, right? You have your fat, and you have your protein. And let me ask this question. How many eat breakfast? And there are two words in that breakfast.
Right.
Break and fast. Breaking fast. We're going to share with you a little bit of how it's important that when you fast and when you don't break your fast, what happens to the body? Okay. So we got the carbs. We eat a lot of carbs. You don't even realize the carbs we're eating. We need the protein, and we have the fat. Okay. Now let's see. Now the carbs have been stripped of their fiber. Now you can see a picture here of the rice and the color. Look at the color of the rice. And if you eat rice now, we might eat a lot of white rice, we might eat some brown rice, we eat yellow rice, but in its natural state, the rice is brown. But the bran on the outside, the endosperm, the germ, it's been stripped away, and the last result you have is white rice. Okay, so that white rice turns into sugar. Okay, sugar. So we're gonna go and I'm gonna pass the baton to Coach Chef Kiki, and she's gonna take us on in to what's gonna happen to our body when we put that sugar in there. Coach Kiki.
Alrighty, hello everyone, social world, everybody in this building. I'm Coach Key, all right, and I'm gonna take over from my mom, Health Coach Kimmy B, so I can explain to you guys about the foods, right? So it's not your fault entirely, okay? Because if you look at this list right here, I'm sure you have some of these things in your cabinet. You probably roll by a few of these places on your way here, and at the end of the day, it's all processed foods. The modern food environment is based upon packaged, boxed, and barcoded foods. And it's cheap, right? You'll get something, you'll see it's $2 for $5, but if you go to the organic section or whatnot, that 2 for $5 is turned into 10 and 20. So in the times that we're in, we tend to go for the 2 for $5, which is not good for us, but at the end of the day, it's something that we can feed ourselves, our spouses, our kids, and so on and so forth. So there are different ones that's here. And as you can see, if you can tell me, raise your hand if you've ever eaten anything from this list. That should be everybody. Okay? Everybody that's here in the social world, put a 1 in the chat because I'm quite sure you have indulged in something from one of these lists. So we're going to keep it moving. And I'm going to explain about willpower. Willpower is something that it's so hard to do. I'm gonna be straight up. If I told you it was easy, I'm lying to you. And having willpower has a lot of different type of legs to it. The modern food environment, which I just showed you, right? Work and family, stress, decision fatigue, and time. And I always like to stop on time because time is when you get off work, you know you don't have nothing at home because you roll by to the nearest place that you can find and you pick up food, right? Meal prepping is the key when it comes to time. I always harp on meal prepping. I wake up early Saturday morning and I prep for about 3 hours, put it together so I'm good for the week. So that way I can avoid the modern food environment, avoid the stress that comes to my mind when I'm thinking about what am I going to have? I'm hungry, I'm craving this or whatnot. So I try to mix it up. And that falls into the time category. So if you look at our little person right here, he's so stretched out trying to get to his health goals. And I know this is for everybody. There are so many goals that we're trying to reach, but it's very hard to get to it. And that's because it falls in these different categories that leave us literally fighting, like your conscience, the good and the bad. We're trying to figure out, should I just go down this route? This little bit won't hurt, but in actuality, it does. Skip a couple things to go ahead and get onto this program. Okay, this is a program. This is not a diet. Okay, I always say take that T off, and what do you see? Right? And when we do a lifestyle change, take the style off, and you see life. Right? Mm-hmm. So a lifestyle change is something that I've been on for over about 5 years now. And that's something that has helped me to drop 100 pounds, to reverse a lot of the ailments that were making me sick. You know, being in a hospital bed, sitting there thinking like, Lord, what have I done to myself? Right? And it did take for a doctor to literally come in, and my mom's on witness. They kept bringing me into the hospital because they didn't know what was going on. Right? So the doctor came and she said to me, she said, first off, we're not going to let you out because we need to figure out what's going on with you. Secondly, she said, look at yourself. Look at your color. Y'all see I'm light right now. I was dark. She said I was suffocating myself. I was killing myself. My organs were not functioning like they should. And that's all because, I'm not going to lie, I love sugar. I love junk food. I love soul food. And baby, if I was there to put it up, sit there and eat it. But when she told that to me and let me know that, you know, you knocking death's door, psoriasis, I had developed a rare form of psoriasis called erythrodermic psoriasis. From head to toe, I was shedding like a snake, right? That's what was happening to my skin. I was completely red, blisters, all of that, just from what I was consuming. So I decided to change my way of eating, my lifestyle change. I decided to say, hey, you know what? Let me get in the kitchen. I know how to cook. Let me put things together that I know what I'm putting inside of it, so that way I can help my body. Within that time, 3 months in, I was 60 pounds down. I kept pushing and I kept pushing. And I said, you know what? Look at my body. Look at my face. Like I'm changing. And it's not always about the weight. It's about what's inside. So I was healing my inside to the point now, if you ask me how many medications I'm on, I can do this. If you ask me what I'm taking every day, I can do this. And I feel great about it because I know where I came from. So that's something that I thank you so much, because let me tell you, willpower is what helped me get there. Because truly, it was a time I'm like, oh, I can't do this, but I had to stop and think. Wait a second, I was in the hospital bed not knowing if I was going to wake up the next day. Wait a minute, I was shooting up injections trying to keep my body from keeping my heart, because they had me on a heart monitor, because with that psoriasis, it does palpitations to the point that your heart could just stop. So I was going through all this, and it all came from what I was eating. And I was like, wait a second. But then, think about it. Your doctors, they give you something that does what? Does it heal you?
Make it worse.
It can make it worse, and it contains, you're on it. I've never seen a medication that cures you yet. I haven't seen not one. And if you've seen one, please tell me. Let me know. But I haven't seen one. So that's why this is not a diet. This is a program, and it is done consistently. And that's the key word, consistently. Because we'll start something, we'll be amped up for the first 5-7 days. And next thing you know, your stuff's under the bed, pushed back in the cabinet, you ain't even messing with it no more. Because you never gave it time, right? So find something simple. This is our approach. It's 2 food-based products on a time-based eating program. And a time-based eating program is intermittent fasting. Okay? I'm not going to harp fully onto that, but intermittent fasting is something that is beneficial for you. It's something that's been practiced hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and it's still being done today. And what you're doing is you're helping your body to not just burn the stored fat, but it's also helping you to build your muscle and heal your insides. So I personally will tell you, I do intermittent fasting. I don't eat my first meal sometimes till about maybe 1 o'clock, and then I eat my last meal between 6:30 and 7. And I only eat 2 meals a day. And that's it. I'm fine. But for some, it takes a little bit longer. We don't expect you to jump out the gate. If you choose to, by all means. but take your time into this. Incorporating these two food-based products, especially the Unimate, which I will explain, that helps you to curb those cravings. Okay? So, like I said, find something simple and delicious. I'm not going to harp too much on this slide here, but it's just stating our different type of Unimate we have. We have lemon and lemon ginger, and then apple spice is seasonal. So as we get closer toward the holiday season, you'll see that come around. With the balance has two flavors at this time, which is the natural orange and mixed berry. I personally like mixed berry. All right. So I'm getting ready to show you guys a demonstration, okay, about balance. So balance is fiber. Okay, so you have two types of fibers. You have the insoluble and you have the insoluble. The soluble is what we need, and that's what we don't get. So balance, as you can see on here, is a pre-meal drink formulated to provide critical fiber and support for satiety, slower digestion of carbs, healthy blood glucose, insulin, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels. It has 4 patented blends, and I'm going to explain to you because I'm a visual person, right? I want to show you all what the balance does when you consume something like pizza, pasta, chips, something you don't even supposed to be having. And you're just like, you know what, I want to have it. Today is the day I'm going to have it. Balance helps you to not feel guilty. So here I have, I'll call it Metamucil. I want y'all to put it, where the P is, so y'all know where I'm going. Metamucil is here, okay? Then you have balance, all right? So a lot of people use the Metamucil for fiber, right? Because that's what we're told to use because it helps us and it does all this great stuff. Okay, yeah. So I have one of our little Otos. Okay, y'all follow me. Y'all know what this is. Okay. All right. So we decided to go to the corner store or go to maybe our place because I'm in the hospital. So go downstairs to the vending machine, give me a bag. All right. So I want to show you guys what happens when we take the Metamucil. I'm gonna hold this up. Hold this up. All right. So now we eating our little Otos. So I want y'all to see something. It's breaking my sugar. I can't even do nothing. You wanna know why? Look, it's like a gunk. This gunk is not gonna do nothing for me. That means it's holding on to my walls. It's not doing anything to clean me out. I can't even, the chip I can't even get. There we go. Okay, this is disgusting. I'm gonna put this in there. But people use it for their bodies because that's what we're told to use.
Right.
This has been around for years on top of years. But look what it's doing. Imagine that being stuck to your liver. Imagine that being stuck to your organs, and it's supposed to help you go to the bathroom. Okay. Now I have balance. I love balance because it tastes so good. I want y'all to see something. Yeah, exactly. Do y'all see the gunk coming off? Do y'all see it dropping? Like with all of that gooey ooey like I was just doing? And even when you pick it up, now I didn't mix it up too good, y'all, but I just want y'all to see the difference. Look at that. It's not all thick and clogged up. It's going to disintegrate this chip and it's going to run through my body. And I'm not going to have to worry about anything. And I want y'all to know something. I use my personal testimony because it's the best testimony to use because I'm that vessel. When I eat Wingstop, right? And I done tore down that 8-piece. Real good. I want y'all to understand I used to go ham on the chicken. But I drink the balance. And what happens is I can't even eat those 8 pieces no more. About 5 pieces, I'm like, dang. Oh, I'm so mad I can't eat this, but I feel good. Because what it does is it fills me up, right? And we take this 10 to 15 minutes prior to eating our heaviest meal, right? And if you know you're about to go hard in the paint because you're going on a cruise, you got a birthday party or something, you know you're going to turn up, take 2 of them, okay? So that way you won't feel too bad. But it does help with the satiety, okay? It kills that hunger noise. That's where a lot of us struggle because as soon as we hear it, we gotta get whatever it is so we can shut it up. And that's what this does. So I want to show you guys a demonstration. Hope you enjoyed it because I'm gonna pass it over to my mom here so that way she can show you guys about the sister product to this, which is Unimate.
Okay, thank you very much. Coach T. This Unimante, it does fasting. And as we shared with you, we fast. And I've been fasting since I was introduced to this in June of this year. And that's my little bottle. If you see us with the little bottles, Coach T, hold your bottle up. This is our diamond bottle. That's what we sip from. And you feel great all day. And it's enjoyed anytime. It's from the South American plant. The South American natives have been using this for centuries. When they would go out on hunt, they go on a big hunt, they had to not eat. So this helps to take away the hunger noise. There's no crash, it's not addictive. It suppresses again the hunger and cravings by using stored fat for fuel. Remember I told you about that stored fat? It boosts your mood, mental, and physical performance. It improves your endurance and strength during exercise. It promotes healthy digestion, and there's a high quality purification free from contaminants and pesticides, which is a very, very big concern now because everything's being sprayed, everything's being dyed. We know what's in this product, okay? And it goes through a process. First it's hand picked, then fire roasted, extracted, then it's concentrated, purified, and it comes right to us, and it tastes good. We're gonna give you a sample of it, okay? We sip it. So what makes these products different? And this is how we do things at Unicity. And at this point, I am going to bring our very own and Matthew Robot. He is visiting us today. He is the Unicity officer that is going to share a little bit more this time. Take it over.
It's great to be here in the beautiful Fort Lauderdale offices. It's a much better atmosphere than Vegas or Toronto right now. Happy to be with y'all. But yeah, I'm with the corporate side of Unicity. The company has been phenomenal. I'm new, so I work to support our partners in North America and support the growth of our great products. So Unicity got its roots over 100 years ago. Does anyone know the name Rexall Drugs? Yes. So we are a spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff of Rexall Drug Stores. About 30 years ago, we became really the Unicity brand and have the products that we do today. So we sell our products in about 65 countries around the world. We have individuals purchasing our products on an individual basis in well over 120 countries around the world. We have offices, I think, in 18 to 22 countries. We are a U.S. company. Our global headquarters is in Provo, Utah. We have a big facility in Las Vegas. We have this beautiful pickup center in Fort Lauderdale and another beautiful pickup center in Toronto, Canada. We have offices in Mexico, Colombia, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic as well in North America. So Unicity leads by science. We have a entire science team comprised of doctors and PhD researchers that work tirelessly to develop and perfect the products that you see today. We even have a botanical research center in Singapore. So at Unimate, we own the farm. It all is the highest medical grade products you can buy. We have all of our products in what's called the PDR. So if you go to the Physician's Desk reference, pdr.net, this is the Bible of the doctors. It has all the drugs in there that they prescribe. But if you look up Unicity Balance and Unicity Unimate, that is in there as well. So that really gives weight to the credibility of the products. If you go to your doctor and say, I want to try these products, and he'll say, well, I've never heard of it. He or she will say, what can you show me about these products? And you say, well, go to the PDR. It's in the PDR. And they'll say, oh, this looks great. Try this. So we have 5 global patents on the Feel Great system, the Balance and the Unimate. So nobody can duplicate what we do. You've seen what the competition does, and it's not even close to the quality you're putting inside your body with Unicity products. We have all of the clinical third-party studies anyone could need, including from the Cleveland Clinic, the #1 heart health hospital and research center in the world. They have some very compelling data you can find on our websites that prove the Feel Great system is incredible for insulin resistance, your gut health, getting back to equilibrium. Yeah, like I said, right from the farms, right from the farmers. We own the supply chain. We own the manufacturing. All of our products made in USA. And when I joined Unicity, I was skeptical. You know, I come from business to business global distribution and sales of biotech and startups. And, you know, there's a million solutions out there for your health, right? But I did a lot of research when I was looking at this role and opportunity, and I couldn't find negative scientific proof that this was not what is advertised. In 3 months on the Feel Great system, I've lost 18 pounds. I haven't changed my diet. My diet remains not the best. As a corporate constant traveler, it is difficult to eat what you should be eating every day. And my exercise routines have not improved dramatically. They have improved, but not significantly. The Feel Great system has given me more energy than I have had in 15, 20 years. I have been able to curb a crippling energy drink addiction with the Unimate. So I think we all have great testimonials here, incredible testimonials actually. But I want to tell everyone online and in person that, you know, this system is called Feel Great for a reason. Not only does it help the metabolic health, the insulin resistance, which leads to all those diseases that we've seen earlier, but you actually do feel great. Your mental health improves, your happiness improves, your joy and your willpower and all that improves. And it's not like we're reinventing the wheel. We're tea and fiber. This is not a magic bullet. This is not snake oil. This is common sense. But as we saw earlier, there's a lot of very rich entities out there that don't want us to know about this common sense. In this country, we are no longer a person, but a product. Right? We are a for-profit product. There's a lot of incentivization out there to keep us sick, keep us addicted. Right? And as we said earlier, you know, Pfizer's been around for 150 years. They have not cured anything. Right? It's just treatment, pill. And that is what we fight against. I really love going up against the establishment. I've dedicated a career to it. So, you know, I invite everyone to explore the science, explore the testimonials, and give this 90 days to potentially change your lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
So thank you so much, Matt. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Hopefully that opened up some eyes to you all so that way you can see why we're so hyped up. Okay, I'm cool right now because I thought I can't crank up too much. Okay. So as Matt was saying, there is a 90-day money back guarantee. Now I have a question. When y'all get y'all medications, do they give y'all a 90-day money back guarantee? No.
Yeah, put one in the chat. Social media world.
90-day back money guarantee. So what this guarantee is, you start the products, you do it for 90 days. And if you say, you know what, I still feel the same. My lab work still look the same. You know, I tried it. They will give you a full refund for those 90 days. So you have nothing to lose, but you have something to gain. Because I know when you go do your lab, you do it every 3 months. That's what you're supposed to do. So I always tell every one of my clients and so on and so forth, when you start the Feel Great system, make sure you get a PCP appointment, which is primary care physician. PCP appointment, have them do your labs, so that way you can compare and contrast. Right? And that in itself is enough motivation for anybody to start up on something. I mean, because like I said, there's nothing to lose. So we always give the lowest price on all of our Unicity products. You all that here physically, you have a one up on the ones that may be looking because you have an office right here in Fort Lauderdale. It's right here. You have no excuse. You can pull up like you did to come today to get your products. It's right here. Okay. Also, let's roll it on out. This is what comes in the box. Okay. You get one balance, which is a 30-day supply. Technically, you're supposed to have one balance a day. Like I said, if you want to take 2 balance a day, you can always get an extra box if you need some. The Unimante comes in 2 boxes. Why? Because it's 2 a day. Okay. Now I will tell you the truth. Some people start off with 1 because they want to see how their body reacts to it. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as you start to feel better, as you start to feel good and need that extra pick me up, you can hit that second one. All right. So this is what it looks like. It comes with a diamond bottle, which you see all of us have. And on the bottle itself, you can see the water line. Make it simple. This is 1 bottle of water, 16.9 fluid ounces, right? And in the balance, I know it has you fill it up to here, but I've learned that I kind of bring it down a little bit with some cold water, so I go ahead and shake it up and drink it and be done. Yeah. Okay, so that's what comes in the box.
And it's equivalent to a premium cup of coffee.
That's the Unimante.
The Unimante. Okay.
So as far as coffee goes, okay, I know some people say they are caffeine sensitive. I've heard some people say they have heart palpitations and stuff from drinking coffee. This has the theobromine.
Theobromine.
Okay.
Mood enhancer.
Yes, it's a mood enhancer. Exactly. I've had people that some of my ladies who suffer from anxiety and depression, they have started on the Unimante, and by all means, 0 anxiety, right. 0 depression. That jitter, I'm freaking out, it's gone. Yeah. Okay. But if you want to take your time, like I say, try 1 pack in 32 ounces of water. If you are caffeine sensitive. Yes. Okay, that dilutes it down, but it does not dilute the effect of what it would have on your body. Because for those who know about the big O, okay, if you don't know what it is, okay, big O, GLP-1 is what that brings to you synthetically. Yes. This brings it to you naturally. Do you know how much percent by? Take a guess. Percent wise.
Natural.
How much natural GLP-1 do you think it gives you? Well, that's a good one. Wow. But it's not 99. 70.
70%.
70% GLP-1 natural. Okay. So for those, and I always jump on this because it's something that's kind of like dear to my heart about it, is because I see patients that are suffering from taking the synthetic GLP-1. Okay. So I'm talking about thyroid cancer. Okay. I have 5 patients right now that had simple FNA, which is fine needle aspiration biopsy, because of that. I'm talking about blindness. I have someone whose liver is functioning, is going down. I've been following her for the past 6 months. Her liver functions are declining. Okay, I have someone who now is stage 2 with kidney failure. And this, everything on our chart is when they start. So we've been doing a research study, just like how we were talking about Cleveland Clinic. I deal with them with clinical trials. We are having a big problem. And unfortunately, there's more that keeps getting made because people can't afford the real version. So they get the fake version. And little do they know it's killing them. Okay? So I just want to tap that in. We're gonna slide on to the last part, I believe, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to say here too, because you can see some actual testimonies, and we've given one. Kara had, and I was an eyewitness of her body sloughing like a snake, and being on the chemically synthetically made medication to calm. Not saying that you stop your medication, but many have eliminated their medication because they followed our protocol, because they had such great results. As I said, type 2 diabetes is the reverse. Even for myself personally, I have my weight, I've been able to maintain my weight, which is a side effect that the big O doesn't give you, because you're gonna gain that weight back. But this metabolically, I'm able to maintain my weight. So I haven't gained any weight back since June of last year, which I think is awesome. Okay. And I do something, most times I eat. And I'm 90% clean, but sometimes I like my nuts. I'm a nut eater. I eat too many though, you know. And sugar, if you start that sugar, it's like you become an addict. But anyway, I'm doing good. My labs have improved. I don't take any medications. I'm 65 years old. So we're here to make a difference. You will have us as a coach, if this is something that you like to do. We will be here to keep you accountable. We're here to give you support, and we're here to be your biggest cheerleader. And I'm going to call Coach T up here because we're going to see the evidence here. You can see in the middle, right there, Kiki's on the side, then you see the difference. These are actual untouched photos that we've had. You know, I tipped that scale that way up. I was pushing 250, okay, 225. And Coach T, you gonna tell his. We got Coach Hort here at the bottom here. He's made a difference. And the young lady here in the middle, she lost 120 pounds. She was a truck driver. Come on, Coach T, and bring it on.
Yes. Now, they've been kind of low key, but we said from the very beginning that we feel what?
Great.
Great. We feel what?
Great.
All right. So I'm not coming up here like I feel good. I'm coming up here. Y'all see, when I was starting, I had this was like this, okay? But here is my testimony. And every one of these people are real people, no Photoshops. That's me up there in the corner. That's me, September. Less than a year ago, I went to the doctor, and I was the highest rate that I've ever been in my life. And I bet none of y'all can guess how old I am right now, but we'll say that. I went to the doctor. Yes, I just had a birthday last night. All right, thank you. All right. Went to the doctor, September 2024. Mr. Leffridge, your weight is 221 pounds. Now, I know y'all can't tell from me being up here with all my granderness that I'm only 5'3". So 5'3" and 221 pounds, that's a couple of different problems. But wait, there's more. Your A1C, Mr. Leffridge, is now 7.7. Now, for anyone that knows, whether you're in social media or you're here in the room, your A1C, that's the level of your glucose. That's the level of the insulin resistance in your body. That's the number that they use to determine whether you are not diabetic or whether you are fully diabetic. And they want that number to be lower than 5.7. Say 5.7. 5.7. What did I say my number was? Somebody? 7.7. So I was a full 2 points over here. Okay? September 2024. Keep this in your mind. 221, and my number was 7.7. I said right then and there that something had to change. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I made a promise to myself. Has anyone ever made a promise to anyone else in their life before? Raise your hand. Anyone? Okay. So, when you make a promise to someone else, maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? But when you make a promise to yourself, when you promise that you're going to do something to yourself, for yourself, yes, it literally comes up to be by yourself. But not in this case. When I made the promise to do something different, the universe heard what I had to say and it gave me 3 other P's. And if y'all don't remember anything else today, I want you to remember the 4 P's. The promise, the plan, the protocol, and the payoff. So we talked about the promise. The promise, I'm not going to be this same way a year from now. 2/21, September 2024. A plan came into my eyes in this very room where you guys are sitting in November of 2024. A good friend of mine, Johnny Grandison, who is also one of our partners in Unicity and Balance and all these great products that we've talked to you about today, was right here in this room. And I was sitting right where you're sitting right now, listening to the very same presentation. What month did I say it was? November. Thank you. Y'all pay attention. What usually happens in November? Thanksgiving. And as you can see, I was thankful. You know, and I said to myself, I made the promise in September though that I was going to do something different. And so here comes the plan in November. And I said to myself, Terrence, if this plan can work in November, right before Thanksgiving, with the honey baked ham and the smoked turkey or the jerk turkey. I like the jerk turkey and the mashed potatoes and the dressing and the mash. If this plan can work in November, then I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work it. But see, I just said something that a lot of people get, but then they don't get. You get the things that's going to work for you, but you still have to do the work.
Yeah.
This box ain't gonna open itself up and put it in your body. You gotta do the work. Somebody say work.
Work.
This box is not going to magically transform your situation. You got to put in the
Work.
So I put in the
Work.
And when I put in the work, November of 2024, as I stand here, I went to the doctor last month before my birthday, and I stepped on that scale, and I had on some heavy shoes, I had my phone in my pocket, and I stepped on that scale. How much did I say I was in September 2024? Somebody? 221. I got on that scale, and that scale said 205 pounds. Yeah, but that was with clothes on. You know how we feel about that. So I had to run on home. Put all my clothes. Yeah, stop it, y'all. Stop it. I went in the bathroom and stepped on the scale with the birthday suit on, and that scale said, what you think that scale said?
190 something.
199! 199, y'all. So that is a total of 21 pounds in less than 5 months because I decided to what? Work. That's my message to you guys today. Anything that you want in life, you got to put in the work. This products are not going to make a difference, just like that product ain't going to make a difference, just like any other product you may have started over the course of your life. It's not going to make a difference until you do what we talk about a lot.
Take control.
Yes, take control and put in the
Work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving you an opportunity to give you products today that if you put in the
Work,
you're going to see the results just like every other person on this screen. Don't believe me. You got many other people. But here's the most important thing I wanted to leave with you. You're not in competition with any one of these people. You're in competition with the person you are right now and the person that you want to be tomorrow and the next day. We talked about you walking out of here feeling better than when you walked in. Anybody want to feel better? Want to walk out of here? All right. Somebody way smarter than me came up with this quote. The quote says, good, better, best. We can't let it rest until our good becomes our better and our better becomes our best. Ladies and gentlemen, we're introducing you to a plan, a protocol. I didn't finish the piece. So the protocol, they explained to you. 2 sachets a day, some intermittent fasting. That's putting in the work. But when you put in the work, after you've made a promise to yourself and you've been given the plan that we explained to you today, you two can stand up here and look like me, because you're gonna have the payoff of you losing weight. You're feeling great on the Feel Great system. So we hope that you want to be up here showing us how it pays off for you. Okay? And I'm gonna bring our ladies back on.
And I have, and I'm kind of just put you on the spot, but I'm just gonna say one thing about you. I want you to say one thing. It's my good friend here. You don't have to come on. But I shared with you, and she trusted me enough. And when you trust someone, then you're gonna tend to believe more what they say. And my sister here, she trusted me. And when she called me, and I said, we go back a long ways, decades, we've been friends. But when I shared with her, I said, just try it. What you do, just try it. I didn't bring you a sample, whatever. But do you want to just tell us, do you want to say a couple of words? Or you want me to just say what you told me? Okay, my girlfriend shared with me, I said, just try it. Pain in your body. Have you been feeling and how many days has it been?
It's been 3 weeks.
It's been 3 weeks. And what results have you felt? Have you felt less?
I feel so great. I can tell you this. I had to drink alcohol to get to sleep. I was in so much pain. I was taking energy drinks during the day to give me energy. And I asked the Lord, I said, I need a change in my life. Spiritually, I'm open, but I need more clarity. I'm tired of being like this because I know the Lord has so much more for me. But I was in so much pain. They say information. And it's just like the Lord, when you're asking for something, this angel came. My granddaughter, I said, I want to try Facebook again. Because the last time I tried Facebook, I made a mess. I said, I want to get in touch with my sister Kim. I keep calling her number, but for some reason I can't get in touch with her over the phone. So my granddaughter came, helped me. And I wrote to her, I need to speak to you. And she told me about this product. I said, you're an angel from the Lord. These 3 weeks, I have never felt so good. I'm an energy person already. And I love change. I don't like to stay the same. I'm transformation. That's why they call me butterfly. I love it.
All right, butterfly.
God has changed my whole attitude. But these 3 weeks, you can't touch Regina. My real name is Regina. But you can't. I feel so good. Mentally, more alert. Physically. And my goddaughter know here, we like to dress. You know, just, I don't mean all that, you know, but look good. I think for a 70-year-old woman, I look good. But you know, when you feel good, it's got to be from the inside. And that's what I know the Lord, He wants us to feel He wants us to have joy and all that. And I know we don't have it every day, but just being on this product here, can't touch me. I don't want no negativity. I don't want nothing but positive in my life now. And I just thank God for that.
I just want her to share it. And we're just so thankful that any questions for us, because we promised that we weren't going to keep you past the time, and I'm going to be right on time and on target. So if you have any questions for us, we'll be happy to assist you. If you like a sample, we do have a pack of one that I can give away a little gift. So we're going to conclude at this time, and thank you so much for allowing us to serve you.
Absolutely. Make sure Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching us online. Make
Yes.
sure you get back to the person that invited you on how you can get more information about these great products. And as I like to say, wherever you are in the world today, don't just make it a great day, make it an unstoppable day with the Feel Great system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right.